Okay, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, Learning English with Martha. Today, I'm going to be taking you on the topic consonant clusters. Consonant clusters. So this is part of phonology. And then, what is a consonant cluster? What do we mean when we say consonant cluster? When two or more consonant sounds, when occurring together in a word before a vowel sound. When we have two or more consonant sounds occurring together in a word before you find a vowel sound. Example, you find the word cluster. This is the word cluster. This is a consonant. This is a consonant. They are clustering together before you find the word, the sound, sound. Before you find the sound, you also have the clustering of consonant of S and T. That is and T, before you find the vowel sound E. So consonant sound talks about when you have two or more occurring of consonant sounds in a word. It's called consonant clusters. We have in the word English, we have en occurring together, en, eng, as in, sorry, we have eng, le. These three letters are consonant sounds. They have consonant sounds and they are occurring together in the word English. So here we have two consonant sounds here, two consonant sounds here. Here we have three consonant sounds here. And here we have, in the word studies, we have two consonant sounds here before we come to the vowel sound. So that's what consonant clusters is all about. Two or more consonant sounds occurring together in a word before a vowel sound. So you have seen the example. So in consonant clusters, we can have consonant clusters at the initial position of a word, at the middle position, and at the final position. I say initial position of a word. This is the word climb. Climb. You have the clustering of this consonant sound at the initial position of the word. You have the clustering. You also have the clustering at the initial position. You have at the initial position in the word tray, and in the word spray, you have at the initial position. In the word strange, you have consonant clusters at the initial position of these words. So we can actually find at the initial position of a word clusters of consonants clustering together before a vowel sound is found. So we can have a minimum of two clusters and the maximum of three clusters of consonants at the initial position. Yes, at the initial position of a word, you can have a minimum of two clusters of consonants, and you can have a maximum of three consonants, just like we have here two consonants. We have here two consonants. We have here three. Look at the three of them. 1, 2, 3. They are the clustering, three of it in the word. And we have in the word strange, we have str. Str. That's three clusters of consonants in a word. So far for initial position. Then at the middle position of word, we can also have in the word basket, this is, and then in the word reptile, and in the word matriculation. So the clustering is happening here at the middle position of this word. There are so many other words you can find clusterings at the middle position. Then at the final position also we have clustering of consonants here. We have clustering of consonants here, clustering of consonants here, clustering of consonants here, clustering of consonants here. At the final position, you can have minimum of 2 3, the maximum of four consonants at the final position. You can find these words, in this word, two clustering of consonants. Here is 4 clustering, the m, p, t, z, s. And then here, 2 clustering. Here is 4 clustering. Here is 4 clustering. You know, in clustering of consonants, you are mindful of the distinctive sound that you heard. Is not about spelling, but it's about the sound heard. Just like you find here, you see basque, 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 rept, rept, rept. Here, desk, sk. Here, prompt, prompt, molt, lt, and here, this is the sound you're hearing that matters in clustering of consonants. So why do we teach? What's the purpose of teaching us clustering of consonants in a word? I say to enable non-native English speakers be able to pronounce English words correctly. There are non-native English speakers learning English as their second language or whichever language in their own traditional language. Not all the native languages have clustering of consonants, especially in Africa. Africans don't have clustering of consonants in a word, but in English there are clustering. So tendency for the non-native English speakers to omit the sounds while pronouncing because of the influence of their mother tongue in the articulation or in the learning of English language. That's why we are teaching you consonant clusters. For instance, let's do a practice here, like in the word ask, ask. Some people, they can't pronounce ask. They say ax, ax. They call ax by the reason of the influence of their mother tongue. And in the word risk, some people call it ricks, 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 which is not correct. But the reason is because of the influence of their mother tongue. So as we learn consonant clusters, enable you to discover actually these words have clustering of consonants that must be articulated. Then your effort to articulate those words makes you makes you perfected in the language. And then we have other words like slippers, slippers. Some people call it slippers, slippers instead of slippers, slippers. The reason is because of the influence of their mother tongue. And in another word like we have chuck, chuck. Some people call it shock, shock, shock. You know, they call it shock. But the actual articulation is chuck, 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 not sh. Then we have word like cheer, cheer. Some people call it sheer, sheer. I brought the sheer in, which is not correct. So that's why I'm saying that in learning consonant clusters is very important to us, the non-native, the non-native English speakers. Okay, there are other words that could have the clustering of consonant, but they are silent. For instance, a word like Sam, Sam. You know, these consonants, they cluster, but it's not articulated. The P sound is not articulated. You don't say P-sam, you say Sam. So this is exceptional in clustering. I tell you, it's what you articulate that matters. Then again, there are other words like pneumonia, pneumonia, pneumonia. Yeah. So in this word pneumonia, the P is not articulated because it's not heard, even though it's clustering of consonant, but the P is silent. So the articulated consonant sound here is ni, ni. Okay, and then in the word answer, answer, and in the word answer, you can see clustering of S and W, but they are not, the W is not articulated. Therefore, it is answer. So this is silence. So we have cases like that where we could have clustering of consonants, but the sound of one of them is not heard. For that reason, it is not pronounced, it is not articulated in the word. So far, you have learned. There are some other words like diagram, called diagram. Words like words words like words like cheer, words like words like what? Class, words like phone. Phone. Okay, we can have cheer. It's a diagram because these are two consonant sounds, but it's articulated as one. It is articulated as one sound. So it is a diagram. You don't call these two consonant clusters. And in this word phone, these are two consonant sounds, but it is a diagram because it is this is articulated as. You don't say pihon, you say phone because these two are articulated as one sound, and this is articulated as one sound, sh. So it is a diagram. So when you see this, you don't say, when you see this, you don't say these are two consonant clustering, two consonant consonant clustering together. No, these are not two consonant clustering together, but one sound. So much. Thank you so much for being with us today, for being with me today in my Learning English with Matter. You subscribe to my YouTube channel so that when next I do a post, you will be